We're good. Oh, sorry. Happy birthday, Nick Joes. I know. She'll tell me if it's not. Oh, yeah. That's pretty significant too. How about her 100th? And it could have been Finley's. Holy cow! Yeah. That's Right now, is this her first college head coaching job? Because didn't she come from the WNBA? Okay. Good. Baylor is on its way. All right, we're joined by Baylor head coach Nikki Collin, student athletes Bella Fauntleroy and Sarah Andrews. Before I turn it over to Coach Collin, I did want to note this is her 100th career win at Baylor.
Hey,
Coach Collin, if you could open up with comments about the game, please.
Yeah, this seems to be an annual thing. Baylor and Iowa State in Kansas City, and they've all been nail biters. And it just feels good to be on the W side of it this year. This is clearly a home away from home for them. I know they refer to it as Hilton South, but that crowd travels, and they really provide their team a lift, and that place started roaring when they tied it up. But super proud that the minute they tied it up, we were able to make a basket, get the lead again, and kind of weather it little by little, play by play. So, whatever it took.
All right, questions? Raise your hand, please. We'll bring a mic to you. All right, right over here in the front, left.
Coach Jada was pretty clutch all game, but especially there late. How clutch was she, and what did that mean for y'all?
The three in the corner was huge. We obviously have seen her make big free throws in the past, so you knew where I was going, certainly in that situation. But I thought, when she got to rhythm and bounce in that middle game, she was good all night. I thought her pressure on Ryan was good. I was hoping to not have to play everybody so many minutes, but this time of year, you just figure it out and you say, we need to win today, tomorrow, and Sunday, and then we rest for a week. So really, really proud of these guys' effort. Think that last night, Addie Brown had 41, and tonight, Bella held her to 6 with 9 turnovers. And so I think Bella took that matchup personal.
All right, back on the podium.
Sarah, Coach talked about it. It's kind of been a tradition for Baylor and Iowa State to kind of go at it. What does it mean that you guys finally beat a team like this here?
I feel like we finally got over that hump that I feel like we was in last few years going against them. I think, we played with a lot of fight, and like Coach Nikki said, they got a home court advantage when you come here. And you got to weather the storm when they go on runs. And we kind of just put it behind us when they went on a run and came back at them.
Coach, in hindsight, how important was that? I think 16-2 run that y'all came out. I mean, just how huge was that? Obviously, because it came down to the wire at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it was the difference. And sometimes that's what it is. You look at last night's game, and Iowa State went on a 17-4 run in the first quarter, and that was the difference in the game. And so it doesn't matter. You get frustrated as a coach when you build leads and teams come back. But the reality is everyone's good at this time of year, and you knew they weren't going to quit playing. We were making everything we threw up to start the game. Our defense was super aggressive and on point. And then I think kind of the fouls started to take their toll. You look at Nettie's plus minus, and in her 20 minutes, we were plus 26, because we had that matchup where we could neutralize Crooks and we could play to and through and kind of have that inside game. And when we didn't have her, it was up to our guards to create off the bounce, to make threes, and we just didn't see the ball go through the basket from three on a lot of the ones in the second half. So I just thought we came out really poised. And oftentimes when you're the team that didn't play the day before, you can be lethargic. You see that a lot in these events. The team that plays the night before comes out, a little better. So it was key to the game for sure.
Down here on the left.
Bella, did you take this matchup personally, defensively, and what was your mindset coming in defensively?
Yeah, she's a great player. Obviously you saw last night what she's capable of. She scores at all 3 levels. But not only her ability to score, but her playmaking and finding her teammates when they're open. Ball pressure on her was a big emphasis. But no, she's a heck of a player and a heck of a person. So,
back on the podium.
Coach, they kind of said at the beginning, 100 wins. What's kind of your reaction to reaching that?
Just grateful. Grateful for the opportunity to be at Baylor. Grateful to have the resources to sign good players, and whether it's out of high school like Bella or in the portal like Aaliyah, I think I think the brand speaks for itself. And so ultimately, when everything's in place for you to be successful, that's what you're supposed to do. So I don't think a lot about it. I really just grateful to be at Baylor. Really want 101 tomorrow.
All right, over on the
Coach,
far.
Crooks had more than half their points, but you slowed her way down in the second half. What did you do to slow her down?
Especially down the stretch, I thought we fronted her better. When she got 2 feet in the paint and the ball, it was 2 points or an and one, you know. So I thought, you know, Kyla had really struggled against her, and I thought, you know, her last 4 minutes might have been the best 4 minutes of Kyla's career from a defensive perspective. And she got the one rim run layup too, you know, that is bonus. When we get offense from Kyla, we're really happy. She's out there to screen for her teammates and to play defense and rebound. And I just thought she got her hands on some balls, did a good job, other than once she tried to take the lob away, and I think she jumped before the ball left, you know, the passer's hands. But we tried to not let her get it, you know, which is very, very hard to do. So I just thought as much as we could, we were trying to front her.
Any more questions? Oh, right here in the left.
Hey, Kathleen Geyer from The Next. For Coach, you guys were able to force 22 turnovers tonight, and just from the very beginning of the game. What did you see kind of differently in that pressure?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, you know, we know that our advantage is our pressure defense. We know it's our athletic advantage in the game. I think that showed itself in 2 ways. One, ball pressure, really making them uncomfortable. I thought Nettie was able to get around and play steal early on some of their post feeds. I thought late in the game we got our hands on everything. You know, we knew they were trying to play to Crooks, and I thought these guys collectively did a really good job. Even on that lob pass I talked about, Sarah came over and stripped it. And so we started to make plays at the end. You know, against Iowa State, you're so fearful of the three, and you want them to go 2 by 2 by 2 that sometimes you got to live. You know, you want to give up and ones, but you can live with some twos. But I think that's where we excel. You know, I thought our failure to capitalize on some of our turnovers was almost what hurt us tonight. You know, I thought there were times we got a steal, we got in transition and we missed the layup, or fumbled it, or, you know, like dribbled out of bounds. Like we gave it back too many times and didn't take advantage of numbers. But I thought there at the end, I mean, they were all getting their hands on balls. They knew where it was going. You know, they knew where it was going to go.
All right, other question? Yep, right over here on the left.
Congrats, ladies and coach. To Sarah, so last year you guys played Iowa State in the quarterfinals. How have you improved or progressed this season, having just won against that same team?
I think last year they went up with like 2 minutes or something left. And this time I just kept telling everybody when they went on their run, it's still a lot of game left. Keep our heads up. We're going to fight to the end. And they went on their run. I kept telling everybody, pick your head up. Like, the game is not over. We can't sit up here and be upset that they went on the run, because Iowa State is a great team, and you got to expect them to go on a run. So it was more about staying poised and telling everybody, hey, we're fine. They're going to go on a run, but it's about us punching back.
All right, any other questions? All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Water like leaking down my leg.
Oh, wow. How about that? Long way to 800. There you go. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be chasing Greg.
Yeah. All right, Iowa State's on its way. Good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, gosh. We're joined by Iowa State head coach Bill Fenley and student athlete Audie Crooks. Coach, if you would just open it up with comments, please.
First of all, on behalf of all of us at Iowa State, I want to thank the Big 12 and the people of Kansas City for all their work. Amazing job, and we appreciate that very, very much. Honored to be a part of it. And I really, I'm obviously disappointed in the result of the game, but I am not disappointed at all in the people that wear an Iowa State uniform. We played as hard as we could play against a very good team, and I love coaching our team, and I'm blessed to do it, and I'm looking forward to the next time we go to practice to get ready for another game.
All right, questions? Right over here, front left.
How were you guys able to climb back into that game when it seemed like Baylor had a chance to run away with it? It seems like multiple times.
For me.
Both of you.
Both. All right.
Honestly, we just showed a lot of grit and tenacity. We know Baylor kind of has a tendency to get into hot streaks, but, I mean, to our credit, we took a lot of pride in that and didn't fall down. We continued to fight back, continued to chip away, and eventually, I think, took the lead after they had that big scoring drive. After
That shot by Ariana, how much momentum did you feel like you guys had?
Yeah, I think that was definitely a shift for us. Just really, really proud of her. I know that she was a little bit frustrated after yesterday's game, so happy to see one go in for. And yeah, it was just great to see one go in.
Was obviously a much closer game than when you guys played down there. What changed this time around?
I think the mentality, our approach to the game was a little bit different. I was able to get established pretty early on the inside, and I think that kind of opened things up for us a little bit. We were a lot more aggressive, I think, to the basket, made a lot of hustle plays. I want to give a little shout out to Kelsey Jones, got a lot of extra boards, tips, and things like that for us. So I just think that we really had an attack mentality, and this time when they threw a punch, we didn't fall down.
They forced a lot of turnovers on you guys. What were they doing, and just how much did that impact the game?
I mean, you got to talk to the people that handle the ball. Most of the time I'm not in that front court, but I mean, yeah, to their credit, they're pretty handsy, they're physical, they play with a lot of grit, and defensively they're in your face every play. They applied pressure pretty much, I would say, the whole game and made it kind of difficult for our guards and for us to handle the ball.
Over there on the left.
Coach, the young lady to your left had more than half of your points. Just talk about her value to your team.
We'd be here a long time. I think the value that you see on the court is one thing, but the value that she brings to our university and our program is exponentially bigger than anything she does on a basketball court. And I think, the way she handles herself, the demeanor that she carries herself with, the joy that she plays with, I think is infectious. And it's been something that's really impacted our team over the last 2 years, and certainly impacted me, to be honest with you. So she's a great person and a great player, and it's hard to believe she's always has accomplished what she has only as a sophomore. So a lot of great things in her future.
Audie, you ended up breaking the single season scoring mark at Iowa State. What's that mean to you?
It's news to me, but
That's what I'm here for.
yeah, thanks. It's an honor. There's a lot of greats that came before me, and just happy to etch my name somewhere up there alongside that record book. But that's not something that I achieved alone. That's a really big team accomplishment, I think, not just to my credit, but I got probably the best assist leader in the country in Emily Ryan and Addie Brown, constantly looking to get the ball in, all the guards. So, I mean, you got to give them credit as well.
Bill, you've been pretty adamant over the last week or so that you thought this was an NCAA tournament team. Now that you've done everything you can do heading into Selection Sunday, how do you feel about where you sit now?
I'm trying to put this the right way without getting it. There's no question our team belongs in the NCAA tournament. I don't I'll debate anyone on that one if you want to. Way we play, how we play, the schedule we played, the people that we have on our team. If you're trying to showcase the sport, we play in one of the best leagues in the country. Again, I'm not in the room, but some of the teams I hear they're talking about, tell me when and where we'll show up and play you. I'm trying to be nice and politically correct, but I'm not very good at that either. My wife's not here, is she? Good. But I'm sorry. That's not a very good answer.
What was your message to the team during that timeout where you guys fell behind 10-0?
I think it was mainly just everyone just take a breath. I'm trying to be politically correct again. Yeah, you might. No, I mean like she said, the one thing that we talked about when we play some of these teams that are ultra physical is when you get punched in the mouth, they either knock you out or you hang on, and sometimes you got to lay on the ropes and protect yourself and let them punch and come back, and that's all. I mean, I just kept telling them just play the way we play, and whatever happens, happens. So to their credit, I mean, that game could have got ugly easily, but you saw people make plays, but you can't see what's in their heart and their soul and how much they care about one another and how much they care about wearing an Iowa State jersey. So I wasn't overly concerned about it. I was more like, all right, everyone take a breath, let's get going, and luckily we survived the first quarter.
All right, here in the front, Kathleen.
Hey guys, Kathleen Geyer from The Next. Adi, a lot of ice on you. First of all, hope you're doing okay. We can see that. But what kind of pride do you take in just being able to compete with that physicality at such a young age? And then how does that help you going into tournament time?
Yeah, that's huge, and that's kind of as to be expected at this point. I mean, night in and night out, teams bring whatever they can in the post-defensive realm just to try to be physical and to try to make things difficult for me. So that's something that I definitely take with a lot of pride, handling that, being efficient, especially when my teammates are looking for me in the paint. I make sure if I get the ball, I'm at least going to make a good effort to get a decent look at it. So just got to be strong in the paint and got to be prepared for anything in this league, and especially heading into postseason, hopefully.
Any other questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.